Alrighty, so for this problem, we're trying to determine whether or not the function is symmetrical with respect to the x, the y, or the origin. The x-axis, the y-axis, or the origin. Alrighty, so I'm going to try and solve this for y in terms of x so that I can get a function. So I have 7x plus 10 squared minus 2y equals 3. Alrighty, I'm going to subtract this whole term over here to the right-hand side. And I'm going to get negative 2y equals 3 minus 7 times x plus 10 squared. Then I'm going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. And I'm going to get y as a function of x is equal to 3 over negative 3 over 2 plus 7 over 2 x plus 10 squared. All right, now I'm going to do f of negative x to see if it's even or odd and whether or not it's symmetric about the origin. Yeah, even or odd to see whether or not it's symmetric about the origin or the y-axis. Alrighty, so this tells me f of negative x is negative 3 over 2 plus 7 over 2 times negative x plus 10 squared. Alrighty, let's see. If I pull out a negative, I'm going to get negative 3 over 2 plus 7 over 2 times negative 1 squared, x minus 10 squared, which just gives me negative 3 over 2 plus 7 over 2, x minus 10 squared. This almost works, but I have this minus 10 and I was supposed to have a plus 10. So this is not equal to negative f of x, and it's not equal to f of x. So it's not odd. It's not even and it's not odd. So it's not symmetric about the y-axis and it's not symmetric about the origin. So let's try and graph it and see if it's symmetric about the x-axis. Our parent function is x squared. So x squared looks like this. And we're going to shift it down 3 halves. So we're going to get negative 3 halves. And then we're going to multiply it by this 7 over 2. So it's going to look kind of skinnier. It's going to kind of do something like this. All right. Then this plus 10 tells me I'm going to move it to the left 10 units. So I'm going to move it over here 10 units. It's going to look something like this. All righty. And there's no negative right here because we're looking at this function right here. Alrighty, you can clearly see that this is not symmetric about the x-axis because there's no point here. It doesn't look like this. So this is not symmetric with respect to anything. With respect to x-axis, y-axis, or origin. This little quick sketching comes really handy from the last lesson when in lesson 7, whenever we were learning how to sketch stuff. Being able to like sketch it really quick helps me see, oh, this is really not symmetric about anything. I could have done a really quick sketch instead of seeing whether or not it was even or odd.